Welcome everybody. Apologies for the late turn on, but we're here now. This is the Internal Commander speaking, and we are in command right now. Mike, you there? Oh, sorry for the panic. A little bit of panic starting everything up, but I think I got it. I think I got this. Sorry. Alright, you see everything good? We're good? good one. Small track like this with the pace and I would say superior ability to battle. This is gonna be a fun one. Especially too, there's drivers already on medium, putting in bangers, which for me is a first. Sorry about that. You're absolutely right. Yeah, I think we're gonna get at least 103 flat. My previous prediction. I'm glad I was muted for it. Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. It should be an incredible time. I just need to check something because I don't think I got your. I don't think I got your mic right now. But you keep talking. Okay. No, you're good. Do you hear yourself? Get this straightened up for quali. Right now I'm just trying to get this mic on stream. Sorry about this mic, man. No, it's not. It's definitely. Okay, Cloud City in full right now. 106. And Dismal right now putting in a big fight. Oh, go ahead again there, Mike.
This is a test for the stream if they can
I
hear me.
got you. Yeah, I see you. I see your audio now. We got it. Okay. I'm just gonna double check on the stream, but I think we're good now. Yeah, just continue commentating and let's see.
I can hear myself. I mean, the stream is a little delayed. However, we are back at Austria. Round 4 this season. Currently sitting on provisional pole. We have Cloud City close behind MK7 Hitch. Seth Dismal sitting P4, not going to throw in another lap, along with Oya Ninja Williams not throwing in another lap here. Everyone out on the track right now, pushing to the limits. Who do you think comes out on pole?
We got a lot of fast. Oh, yeah, MK Hitch right now on a lap. Oh, he's pitting. He backed out. Lucid and Exo backing out. But Coach Fantasy finishing up his lap right now and doesn't advance. So we got Cloud City up in pole. Very nice.
The 103.8, which I said earlier, but no one heard me. I was accurate with it.
This is awesome. Okay. Alright, we're in it. We're in it. Everything's set up. We're ready for the race, Mike. Let's do this.
Looking like a good qualifying session. Still 3 individuals out on track right now, pushing to get ahead of their competitors at the start of this race. Still 1:27 to finish out the remaining laps. Where does the last couple people come into? Do they go into the pits or do they finish out their lap? And it seems like this is the end of qualifying. We have the Ferrari on pole, Cloud City. Seth in the Aston, P2. Hitch in the Williams, P3. Dismal, P4 in the Mercedes, followed by Goatley in 5th. The Mercedes, 4 and 6. Exo in the Aston in P7. The McLaren in 8. Haas, 9. Double kick car, 10-11. I think that's going to help them out for the future of this race. Goya Ninja, 12. Going down the rest of the list, 50 and 07. Thief, Vovoda, Coach Fantasy, Mel Gibson in P17, Squash in P18, and Mattman with the early DNF in P19. Things are looking spicy. Who's going to look for what tires? And let's hope for no rain here at Austria.
Yeah, it's like we don't even have any view if there's going to be rain, if there's going to be, changing weather. Looks dry right now, Con.
Without a doubt. And we've actually flipped roles this week, as last week I was doing full setup, going through all the individuals and you were doing the overview. This time the roles has flipped, but next week it'll flip back. This is it's gonna be quite the show, I think. We have the top of the field, the top of the pack, fighting back and forth every lap for the past 3 weeks. And we have a slight bit of a gap. And then we have the middle to the rest of the pack. With some gaps in between them, there are going to be, like we said last week, 2 DRS trains. And the hope of it is that everyone is able to stay together for the first couple of corners. And I think by lap 7 or 8, there's going to be a bit of a gap. Let's say between 6 and 7, maybe. I think the top 5 that we've seen the past 3 weeks are all going to have that pace, at least here. Because this is the track that most people have the pace. Very short circuit. You have long DRS straights. But the high-speed corners is where some people might get caught up. What do you think?
I'm very interested to see how everybody goes down sector 2, sector 3. When you see these drivers going through those like tight sections, like sort of S's, it's very easy to get caught up and miss your braking points, and then lock up spin, go in with too much speed, and then have to essentially brake at the not optimal time, lose a lot of time on your exit, or coming in too hot and just completely missing it. That sector 3 with the high speed, you're just shifting down one gear at a time and just touching that brake slightly so that you carry the most speed but hit the apex. Those are super tricky. I mean, overall, even Sector 1, those two right turns, we saw Lando and Max have quite the go at it in 2024. So I could very much imagine that the drivers in Can-Am are going to have quite the time going through the corners, T1, T2, T3, battling out once that DRS turns on, and just trying not to destroy your rear tires.
Most certainly. And since it's a clockwise going track, those your left side of your tires are going to be the ones to go first because all the downforce is getting thrown through those tires to be able to maximize the entry and the exits to every corner. But as I'm looking through the Discord, we're going to try and pull up the season stats so far and the race results, just so we have an idea of who's being hunted, who is on the hunt. But give me 1 second. Okay, so after 3 races, the individual leading by 1 point is Cloud City, who is our pole sitter, followed by Fawn by 1 point, and then we have 2 individuals. So Cloud has 46 points, Fawn has 45 points, Seth, Goat are at 44 points, and then you have a bit of a drop down to Dismal with 26, followed by Dave, Mr. EXO with 22, Heatley with 21, and then we have Hitch with 18. And then we have 2 10s, and then everyone else is single-digit points for the rest of the grid. So it looks like the top 4 with Cloud, Fawn, Seth, and Goat have been the top 4 for the majority of the races. But it's not about how you finish at the end of the season. It's about how the team finishes. And where will the teams finish tonight?
And we got Cloud City coming into T1, holding it close with Seth right beside him. Dismal in P3, MK Hitch in P5. Goat Lee already making spots. I'm in the back. Okay, here we go. Dismal coming back up into P2, holding a close little lock of Goat Lee, making a little touch with Lucid. MK Hitch is the losers out in that little kerfuffle. But he keeps it in front of XO Fate right behind our previous winner. Final right behind him with the Yuppie in P10, and that's your top 10 right now. Fate really close. Everybody's really close in this battle right now. Mike, what are you seeing?
Yeah, for certainly. When you get a chance, can you throw the position changes up just so everyone else can see? But yes. I would say it's been fairly clean. A little bit of wheel-to-wheel contact. Doesn't look like any debris was flowing. Great start by Cloud City to stay ahead. And everyone really, the only individual who had the bad start was Vovoda, going down 4 places. But also MK Hitch, who had the worst start out of the top of the grid, but Lucid on a flyer right now. But he did just manage to get some contact. Looking, he dropped down a few places. However, very clean racing, very tight.
Whoa, MK Hitch coming back at Goat Lee.
Full contact with the Visa and the Williams, it looked like, with Hitch and Goat Lee going at it. Exo Dave sitting behind, just waiting for the opportunity, going wheel to wheel with the Mercedes, keeping it clean. That DRS is now open for the long straight, so you want to make sure that you're on the back of that car, sniffing
lost
the gearbox.
A few positions, eh?
Yes, yeah.
That's okay. The old Canuck. The old Canuck will always come back.
After you get a little bit of contact when you're racing alongside a driver, you kind of take a lap or two just to get back into the groove of things, just because you don't know if there's any damage. It's probably going to be warning for Dave going off the track there in T1.
Whoa! Exo with the late brakes, making a move on Dismal again. They keep trading places. Lucid right there.
DRS open, but Seth has a 2-second gap to Goat Lee behind. It'll only get worse as he's going to be on the gearbox of Cloud City, getting that DRS straight. But they're 1 and 2 are side by side right now, going through these corners in Sector 2 here. Seth takes the lead.
There we go. I had those V6 engines blaring in my ears. It was going over you, so mix that up a little bit.
That time, Seth has taken the lead of this race, getting out of Cloud City, but this is going to be the time to do it on this long straight if Cloud City can get ahead, get the braking zone down pat, and let's see if he's able to get ahead here going into the 4th lap. Corner 2, and he is able to get ahead. A bunch of ERS, so much DRS, slight lockup. Able to get back on the power to stay straight, knowing that he's going to be hunted down again within the next couple of laps. Seth on the medium tires, though, we're going to probably be able to make... Oh, this is a sprint race, so everyone's on the medium tires. I did not even remember.
Yeah, this is a sprint race.
12 laps. Yep.
Wow.
So we have... Yep, and then we'll have another qualifying session. Yep, okay. So this sprint race, I assume everyone is on medium tires, if I'm correct.
You know what? I can totally check that for us. 1 second here. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Mike. Everybody's on those mediums, and they are working them to the bone. These boys are fighting it out. We got a battle at the front. We got a battle at the back. As we keep going through this race, we're going to see a lot of changing, I believe. Back and forth with the DRS-ERS combination. I feel like the best approach here is keep that battery strong, and the last few laps, dump it.
Yep. When you get a chance, put the gap back to the interval, just so we're able to see the difference between the two drivers.
There we go.
Perfect. All right, so we have 2 individuals so far with penalties. We have Goat Lee with a 3-second and Thief down in up to 13th now with a 3-second. Not ideal here at this track, especially in a sprint race. You want to try and maximize as much points as possible without eating any penalties that are going to be suffered to at the end of this race. However, like I said earlier, the top 2 have created a gap, 2 seconds, and then from 6 to 7, another 2 seconds. So we have a couple of ERS straights intervals coming here. However, we still have a half of this sprint race left, followed by another qualifying, and then the full rest of the race. So this is going to give at least an advantage to everyone because they understand how well those medium tires do, at least for 12 laps. Do you think anyone's going to change and start on the hards after this?
Yeah, like for the full race, it's going to be a hard, medium, hard strategy for sure. I mean, it all depends also with the safety cars how this goes. So far, they're playing nice, but I feel like with 12 laps, it's easy to play nice. When you switch it over to, I believe it's like 36 laps or something like that, then you know the elbows get really pointy and sharp, and the drivers come out to play. And you know how drivers are. These are selfish-minded people.
That's how you have to be when you're in the cockpit, though. Your job is to get us more ahead.
With 6 positions up. Same with Squatch.
One would say that they are on flyers right now, but Dismal, we didn't even see that. Down 14 places. Looked like he had to pit somewhere. Presumably for a new wing, if I had to guess.
It must be for the... Let me see if I can get there. Oh, he just came in. Here we go. Let's look at this. Oh, thank you, EA. Beautiful angles. But yes, that is a new wing for Dismal, and he retires out of the sprint.
Okay, and then 1507 up another place, up 7 spots from where he started. Looks like Hitch and Goat Lee are swapping back and forth as well. And look at the bunch of them fighting. All of them fighting for P4, P5, P6. Actually, for P3, P4.
We got a pack at the top.
There is a big gap. Yep. A big gap to the top.
In the middle. Oh, with Goat Lee going slightly off track, I believe it was.
Cloud's back up top. Yep, Cloud's back, the leader of this race with 4 laps to go. Going into the last lap, I assume you want to be the second driver.
Yeah,
start the last lap.
That's esports. That's esports strat right there. You want to be second into the last lap with a full battery if it's possible. So using that DRS a lot is very key, big advantage.
Yeah, certainly. Seth electing to get ahead. 4 laps to go, 3.5 laps to go in this
battling,
race.
Aren't they? Yeah. Okay. Let's get some coverage over here because this is a big battle at the front right now.
Being very clean through those slight S's, you could say. However, coming down the last couple corners here in Sector 3.
Seth is having some trouble on those mediums, but is he doing it on purpose? Is he selling it? He definitely got a warning, I believe, on that last corner. Went a little bit outside those white lines. So, 3-second penalty, Mel Gibson. There we go.
Seth elects for the overtake here. I don't think he's far enough.
Oh, he goes deep. Oh, that was a bold move. Goat Lee got a bit of a gap to him. Oh, what's going on here? Lucid trying to make a move on Hitch, and he makes it stick. Oh, he's going deep. Oh, into the gravel. That's tough. Where's 50?
Yep.
50's just waiting on it. He's holding his time. He wants them to make the mistake. He's got up 7 positions. He's gonna go up 8 if it continues to go the way it goes between Goat Lee, Hitch, and Lucid Cardiac.
So what Goat Lee is trying to do is get 7/10 in the next couple laps just to make sure that he stays in P3 with that 3-second time penalty. I don't think that he'll be able to do that since there's no DRS gap in front of him, or train I should say, DRS train. He is slightly far behind, but if we have a slight mess up by Hitch and there's some fighting between Hitch and Lucid, they'll be able to separate a further gap. But then you have 50 and 07 trailing right behind, and EXO and Faint all behind each other, trying to gain as many positions as possible. As we're on board here with Goat Lee.
What's crazy is that Goat Lee, when that penalty applies, the pack is so close. he's gonna drop down to at least.
Ninth
I'm
or
looking
10th,
at like
yeah.
ninth or 10th. Yeah, exactly. That's crazy. Actually, Goya Ninja, if she, them speeds up and can just get under that 3 second gap. No, that's way too far. Yeah, so it looks like 8th or ninth. Goatley will land after this. So everybody's gonna jump up a position. I think they hold out now. Let's jump to the top here and see how the rest are how this battle's going out. We're in a white flag right now.
We still have one lap to go after this one.
Oh yeah,
Seth
that's
gonna
gonna be
stay
the white
behind
flag.
for this lap. Yep. Seth gonna stay behind in P2 for the remaining of this lap. It'll be another time penalty for Flame, who's running last right now.
50
One
just
D right
jumped to
now.
position. This is getting close, Mike. This is getting close. It's gonna be an incredible
Goat and
race.
Hitch now fighting. So there's a chance that if everyone continues fighting, Goatley could finish maybe 6th or 7th in this race. As long as everyone else behind him starts fighting, he's got to be able to clear Hitch within this next lap or two just to be able to get ahead. As we're the onboard here, he is right on that gearbox.
It is some
Hoping to stay
tight battling.
within very tight.
This.
Almost some contact between the two of them.
There we go. Now we got a beautiful
More contact. It could have been wing damage for Goatley. It could have been. Not what you want to see, but he's electing to get ahead now for this DRS straight that's about to unlock. Going a little bit off. I hope he didn't get a penalty there. Maybe another warning.
MK going for the move. Electing,
Seth going for the move as well. It does not look like Seth
was able
to get
Goatley's
ahead.
off. Goatley lost it.
Goatley out of this race.
Oh my goodness.
With the 3-second time penalty he had. No safety car as this is the last lap. No virtual safety car. This Cloud City still staying ahead, but Seth is directly on that gearbox.
They're
gonna push the limits of those cars.
Oh, this is side-by-side battling. This is
single corner.
Oh my goodness.
You get clean.
This is going to be intense right here. How does he do it?
He's able to get ahead. He got ahead. Staying within the corner.
Yeah.
Clean.
Seth holds it. Oh, got it. I mean, Cloud got it. Cloud got it.
Photo finish.
That was a photo finish.
Cloud wins in the Ferrari, the sprint race in Austria.
Wow. I'm so happy we got that.
That is a photo finish for a sprint race. Photo finish. They could not have been any closer.
Clip that, chat. Clip that.
15 hundredths of a second that we had there, and I'm certainly clipping that.
Nice. All right, so that's Cloud in P1, Seth in P2, Hitch in P3, 50 in P4, Faint Fawn in P5. Just give it a second. 50 with driver of the day for the sprint race. I believe he got 8 or 9 positions. Good on him. Wow, beautiful. So where was I? Yeah, Faithon P5, Lucy P6, Exo P7, Goya Ninja P8, Faye P9, the Yuppie P10, Squanchilla P11, Mel Gibson P12, Vivoda P13, Coach Fantasy P14, Mattman P15, Thief P16, Final Flame P16, Goat Lee and Dismal are 2 DNFs, P18, P19. That was some hard battling, hard battling. But we got some great content out that everybody had a hard race. That was beautiful.
That was phenomenal finish to the sprint, and that only shows how close that this race is going to be. And that was not even for any stops. The pit stops are going to be a changing factor of this race, and even Goat Lee slamming into the wall in the last lap. Things like that are going to cause safety cars. Where are the individuals going to elect to pit? What tires will they be throwing on? We are back to another qualifying session, right into it. as the drivers know the limits of the track. They know how the soft tires do from last qualifying. They know how the medium tires do with the minimum of 12 laps. And I'm curious to know the percentage of the tires, specifically the left tires. How did they last
Yeah,
in those 12 laps?
it's really definitely I'm very curious as to how that went. We got drivers coming out. I'm gonna drop you on a driver there, Mike, and then I gotta hit the little sailor's room. So forgive me. I will be right back. Alright. We're back. Everybody is on one. As I look around right now, Goatly with 110.6. Ganya with a Goya Ninja with a 104.3, EXO with 104 half. Oh, Seth throwing in a 103.8. See, I knew that was going to happen. I knew somebody was going to break into these fast numbers, and it's going to go down. If we're looking right now, tires. Oh, Goatly was on a banker lap. All right, that's not too bad. Goya in the pit. Goya in the pit. EXO with the invalidated lap. Might be coming around. Thief coming out. Oh, coming out or in? No, he'd be in.
Just so you know, we have a ad.
Oh, there's an ad going right now. All right.
It's okay.
My bad.
I want to inform you. Yeah, I mean, I personally have another minute 40, but
how's the volume and everything? Is the volume sounding good? I kind of mixed it so that our mics are higher than the volume from the game.
Yeah, so I have the Discord stream up. I don't have audio from the actual game, so it's much better that I only hear you instead of you and the cars, just because it's just inconvenient. Even when I am on my computer back home. I don't even have the car audio, just so I make sure I hear you to the best extent. So I don't have to ask you to repeat what you said, this and that, just to play it safe.
Yeah, that
That
makes
we get to watch the audio. We know how it sounds. We know the engine's roaring regardless. But yeah, I mean, I look forward to being back behind my wheels soon, as I believe I will be getting back into the swing of racing, either whether that be iRacing or even some F1. I'll do it here or there. Maybe I make a return next season, but we will see what happens. I miss the wheel-to-wheel racing every week, I will say. But sometimes you retire just to come out of retirement.
yeah, I absolutely agree. It's that's the thing is that I had to back up and kind of take a break and reset myself. I noticed I gained some bad habits and I wasn't practicing properly, so it just put me in the back and in a bad place. And blue flags are the most enjoyable thing to go through. So yeah, I took the same approach, resetting myself, doing a bunch of iRacing, and then hopefully once the 25 version of F1 comes out, I will come back and put myself back in. I love racing, like everybody here, and I have a lust for battling out wheel to wheel, nose to nose, front end to back. But
I
yeah,
would love to participate in a cockpit-only F1 season. I think it'll be mayhem, but it is the most realistic that it can be. Because the TV pod cam, it gives you a lot more vision and room for what you have available, specifically to the cornering and to the cars next to you. So it is an outright advantage if you are in a TV cockpit mode and you can create different visions. But the cockpit mode by itself, if you've never done it, I suggest you at least try it because it is certainly ridiculous to be doing.
I think with like my new setup, I would do that. Rocking like a 49-inch wide, ultra wide curve. So definitely cockpit mode could work better. Yeah, it's all about like just setting up a season where everybody agrees to do it, right? I mean, the experience for on-track battling is kind of where I find a lot of leagues and people kind of, you know, they that's where they draw the line. Like, it's kind of like, you know, like you want the best action on track, or do you want to see a mix-up, you know, a change, you know? So, but you're right. As a person who runs a no assist league and strives for, I mean, the most equal playground with the best experience, no assist plus full cockpit mode. That's definitely something I would love to be a part of, but also experience. We got a lot of drivers in the pits
Most
right
certainly.
now.
Yep, 17 of the drivers have thrown laps, and the one individual who won the sprint, Cloud City, still in the pits. He has done one lap, as he's elected to going out on his out lap right now, I believe, if I'm correct.
Now let's
See
follow
two red
him
dots
on
on the
on a lap of Austria. Flying into T2 right now. An acute hairpin right. Definitely want to be late on the brakes in there, but as smooth as possible. Turn on that DRS and then fly your way into sector 2 into turn 3. Another cute hairpin, but you can take this one a little faster using up all the track. Get up onto those lines, don't touch the gravel. Going into turn 4, turn 5, you really want to carry your speed and lightly brake through it. We got turn 6 coming up right now. You just drop down one gear and blast full throttle. Running up into sector 3 into our turn 7. Cloud getting a purple sector 2 right there. Turn 7, light lift. Turn 8, drop down one gear, light lift, and we are DRS to the line. That puts Cloud City in P3. Wow. Wow. With 3 laps technically, but one set. One set. Very nice.
I was actually a bit delayed on the stream as my PC decided to lag out a bit. So as you were talking about it, it was still, you were talking about him in sector 3 and I was watching in sector 1 and I was like, oh, what am I missing right now? Hell of a lap. They still have 1 lap to go, 1 out lap, 1 flyer, come back into the pits and get ready for the race. Because I don't recall, I know how many laps it is. I believe it's 24, maybe 28 laps if I'm correct. Very short circuit. It's one of the shortest ones we have, obviously of Monaco. But I believe intricate, detailed corners here generate speed. You can go too wide, as we have seen all through sector 2 and 3 already. You can go too wide at most of these corners. I believe you're muted.
Yeah, sorry. No, I was sorry about the dead air.
Okay.
I was
just want to make sure.
I was just checking out what everybody's doing here. Is Cloud setting up for another one? He's trying to get that battery. What's going on? Is he pitting? Yeah, he's pitting. He's going in. So we got 2 drivers, Fate and Goya, on flyers right now. I'll jump on with Fate. Boom, here we go. On board.
My former teammate, Fate.
Yeah, he won the last race, right?
He didn't win it. I believe he was at the top, as I will double check that right now.
Or it was Faint. Faint or Fate? One of the 2.
Faint won it last week, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Fate was P7 last week, which was great for him. But I picked up Fate because he had most pace that I saw in DMS in the Mercedes. But at the time, he had a bunch of connection issues and he was never able to actually finish the race. And 2 weeks later, as he said, he didn't want to be racing because he didn't want to get kicked out of every race. 2 weeks later, he gets picked up by the Red Bull team and starts throwing in mega laps every single race. And I was a bit disappointed. But it's okay, because he's now doing his thing here in Can-Am, currently running P12 in this qualifying. On a hot lap, I believe he did back out of it. But he's got a lot more pace in that bucket of car, and I know he's going to be moving that Haas car.
On board right now with Dismal, coming out into a hot lap, taking out P1 pretty nicely. Blasting that battery. DRS wide open. Cute hairpin, takes the apex. Takes a lot of apex. And then uses all the track. Sight lock up into T3. Make sure he nibbles on that gravel, jokes. He went well wide of that gravel. Throws it into 5. Keeps it into 6. Very nice. Seven, 8. The battery's done. Those wheels are screaming. DRS open, and we're across the line. P4, beautiful. Got a 4 flat .063. Very nice. Very nice. Everybody's on hot laps right now. Oh, I missed who was behind him. Exo with Invalidate. MK Hitch right now coming into Sector 3.
Very good qualifying lap from Goya Ninja, as we didn't see him or her up this high in the race as we just get invalidated by the teammate of MK Hitch. But it would look great for the Williams team to have a double lockout row for them if they are able to keep those positions, if no one else is able to throw a time ahead of them, as we do have a big gap from the leader right now at a 103.8, Coach Fantasy running a 106.3.
I'm gonna jump on board here with Seth. Just about to start his flying lap. Got a 103.824 right now.
Not electing to use any of the battery for that straight, saving it all for the long straight here, as it is now unlocked. No, so I don't believe this is a hot lap for him. I believe he's going to do one more lap after this, as he has not used any of the ERS, unless we're having connection issues, but I don't think so.
No, he's turning on that DRS right when he needs to, so he's definitely here. Yeah, ERS. Oh no, the DRS. The
battery.
DRS. Oh, the battery. Yeah. Okay, maybe
he hasn't used any of it. Yep.
He hasn't touched it.
I believe it.
He could.
I think that this is a prep for the tires. Yep.
Oh yeah, it's another slow lap. You're right. You're right. Two slow, one fast. Wow. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like to even go on 2 prep laps. Like I don't typically see that. This is intense. All right, here we go. Yeah, battery's on right now. You're absolutely right. Here we go. Hot lap. He turns it on. All right, so sorry about that. We're on now. We're set.
Corner 1. This is a perfect corner 1. Does he lock up, or does he keep it very smooth through these corners? Slight lock up, but he was able to nail it. Did come a little bit in on the line. He could have used that curb a little bit more. He wanted to make sure that those tires stayed on the gravel. Coming through corner 3 here. Stayed on the gravel. Lost it back in a bit, but kept it going. 30% battery left on this lap, as you really don't have a long straight. Dismal not able to throw another lap. Fade not able to throw another lap. And Coach Fantasy not able to. Coach Fantasy will start at the back of this grid. Where will Seth finish?
Seth got a purple sector 2 in that. Oh, he is carrying the speed. Uses the full width of the track. Increases with a 1/10 of a second. Go Lee. Goat Lee doesn't sound like he's rocking it right now.
He still has time, I believe, to throw in a hot lap. How much time is remaining? 2 minutes?
Yeah, but I think he's already done. Yeah, MK done too. Exo putting in Exo put it in the wall. Yeah, everybody's gonna be finishing up right now.
Where is MK Hitch currently on the lap? I believe going into the pits now, not being faster unless he is coming down the long straight.
Yeah,
nope, in the pits.
Oh, I guess he's gonna finish it off over the line.
Unable to go faster, obviously, because something that he went off somewhere.
So everybody.
That's running on provisional pole for this race, unless somebody is able to throw a faster lap in, who has not, but I believe that is it. That is it. Seth on pole, followed by Goat Lee, Hitch, Cloud City, Dismal, Goya Ninja, Exo, Lucid, Flame, Faint Fawn in 10th. We have Thief, Heatley, aka 1507, 8 Vavoda, Squatch, The Yuppie, Mel Gibson, Batman, and Coach Fantasy. And we have all 19 drivers ready to go. But the winner of this qualifying session, Seth in the Aston Martin, beating his own time by 2/10 to lock that provisional pole. as I have two Pomskis next to me. I wish that they were able to commentate on the race with me, but it doesn't look like they're able to as they are sleeping. They're not even watching this race. They're not even watching the action. They're not even interested. But they will be at the start of this race.
Sorry about that. I was I didn't want to be burping on stream. I apologize. All right. It's gonna be. Well, I mean, like it's within a, it's within a second. If you want a P10. So, and what we saw from the sprint, definitely there's gonna be more strategy involved, but uh, these guys are fighting. These guys are battling. These guys are switching positions back and forth, left and right, all the way to the end. Uh, I feel we're gonna see action non-stop throughout the whole pack. How it gets divided, it's yet to be determined. But when we get to that point, uh, who's gonna finish? I feel like it could be anybody at this point. Fate won last week. We got some fast drivers at the top, but where's the damage gonna come? When is the safety cars gonna roll? Who's gonna get hit with the EA bugs? There's a lot of variables that can be thrown into the mix. I'm excited. I'm excited. As the lobby loads and we wait for our players, I feel like Can-Am is in for a good one. Austria is going to be awesome.
Yeah, but 5 lights. Race control. Wait, we're already at lap 2, it says. For some reason. I am unsure why. But Matman, I think the game might be glitched. It's saying that Matman is ahead, but that is certainly not right. I believe that everything is back to normal now, as Seth and Goat Lee fighting for 1 and 2, as we have MK Hitch, and at the moment we're only watching Seth as the individual who is the host, able to switch back and forth. Did step away for a second, but Goya Ninja, who started, I believe, P4, is down all the way to P19th. I did see an individual go off at the start of this race, but very clean so far to start. A bit of a gap already from 14th to 15th, but the DRS is enabled. 3-second time penalty for Matman already in the first lap. Who is able to get ahead for this lap? Will Goat Lee get ahead? Do the outside dive bomb going to corner 2, and it looks like he's not able to get there, keeping it clean, not electing to do the dive bomb, but staying right on the gearbox of Seth for the lead of this race. Is going for it again here. They will go too wide into corner 3, locking up for Seth, giving him a little bit of room for the Visa, but MK Hitch on the back waiting for one or both of them to get contact to be able to sweep into the lead of this race, followed by Dismal, Cloud City, Lucid, Flame, EXO, and Faint all battling it out at the start of this race. Seth's job at the start of this race is to make sure he's over a second ahead for every lap. He does not want to be hunted down by that DRS train that's going to be trailing behind him, as we have another gap forming from 6 to 7 for Lucid and EXO. But who's going to have the betterment going into this dive bomb over corner here in T2? Looks like Seth is able to stay ahead, but Dismal getting a place, Flame getting a place, 50 and 07 getting a place, and Vivoda getting a place there, as Goat Lee taking the lead of this race going to corner 3 here. Dismal doing everything possible to stay in this race as well, as we have the top 7 individuals all battling it out, getting and gaining the zone ahead from the trail of the cars behind. But it looks like Seth and Goat Lee are starting to take off, or Goat Lee himself is taking off, as Seth is under pressure here. The 6 cars trailing behind him, everyone looking to pass him, but he is trying to play both games, the hunt and the hunted.
Okay, I'm here, and we got driving.
Very clean start, but the one individual who did not was Goya Ninja from P4 all the way down to P19.
Oh no. Spin, touch.
I did not see as the race started. We had Matman, who was running last. Somehow it said he was in P1, so we did have connection issues for the whole first lap. Once I refreshed, it seemed that the game refreshed, and then by lap 2 it was live.
Okay.
But if you want to switch over to the position changes, just so we see so far. We were on board watching Seth and Goat Lee battle that out for the start. Perfect.
Goat Lee just taking that position from him.
Lucid getting ahead of his teammate there. Perfect position to be in 3 and 4, as they can go on the hunt as a team to lead in the race win.
Cloud City down 2 positions, MK Hitch down 2 positions, EXO keeping that P7. Oh, and as I say that, Flame takes that P7 right from him. And then he takes it right back. Got a little battle down here, though. Whoa. Some sliding,
I believe that was Dismal. Yeah, Dismal almost hitting to the back of his teammate. Would have been the Silver War like we saw with Lewis and Nico at Spain.
2016.
Thankfully they kept it clean. Yep. That is why Mercedes will never go back to the all-silver cars, specifically from the Silver War that they had. Lucid up 5 spots. He's currently flying at the start of this race. Huge gap 2-second gap from 6 to 7 as Dave is trying to get back onto Cloud City.
Yeah, it's a 3-second gap right now between those two. So we got a front pack, we got a middle pack, we got a back pack, and then you got Goya. That's alright, man. Persevere, who knows when that safety car will come. So far we got clear skies in Austria, but it's always happened. Those rain clouds could come over the mountains and hit the Hungaroring very easy.
Red Bull Ring.
Red Bull Ring, oh my goodness. Gosh.
Yep,
Thank you, Mike.
Gotcha.
That's why you're here.
We'll be at Hungary soon, I believe, as I do love racing that track as well.
It's a good one.
anyone wants to
Monaco
race.
racetrack, right?
Yes.
Yeah, this middle pack is really, really tight. Look at that. I think that's what, 2, 4, 6, 8 cars coming through turn 1. Nose to tail. We got 2 kicks, two hosses, 1 hoss, 1 hoss, 2 hoss. We got a Red Bull
Lucid
in
into
there.
P2 of this race with a 3-second time penalty.
A little touch with Fief. Lucid, yeah, time penalty. Damn, my man, 3-second time penalty. I think we're at that point of the race where everybody's missing those white lines. Those white lines with the outer red and white curves are starting to blend, and everybody will slowly start picking up. Sorry, did I not rub my eyes? Cloud City P2. Hello. Seth
Back in the hunt of
P6.
things.
Wow. Austria's MKC, this is what I'm talking about. Everybody's starting to pick them up. So, I mean, I feel like it's going to be another race like last week where as we go through these 36 laps, we're going to see a lot of drivers start picking up penalty, oh my goodness, I'm losing numbers. I mean, my words. Everybody's going to start picking up penalties. Those that don't get the penalties, those are going to be your drivers that are going to jump a lot of positions. Because if these packs stay as tight as they are, it's going to be crazy.
As we have a 2-minute ad here on stream, I'm going to let the dogs out quick, and I will be right back.
Copy that.
Right, we are back for more action here. You able to hear me?
Yep, you're there. Sorry.
Perfect. So during that little intermission break, we had Heatley going into P5. As we have Fate going up in position as well. Something happened to Faint during that time as they are now running last, catching Goya Ninja P18. The top two battling it out. Top three, I should say, with a big gap behind, and then even a bigger gap as we have one of the kit cars electing to pit right now, and the Yuppie. The first to pit, unless both of the kit cars pit first. But where does the Yuppie come out compared to the rest of the track? Coming out in P17, it looks like. A quarter of a way done with this. Well, actually, in 6 laps to go, as we're going 3 wide in corner 2, both Haas cars. As we have Lucid able to clear one of the Haas cars, as Squatch was right behind him as well. Hitch with a 3-second time penalty running P2. Goat in the pits from P2. Where does he come out? Unsure if you're muted at the moment. We have everyone electing to pit in here in lap 18. I believe everyone pitting now was on the medium tires, as we will see where they come out, who will be fighting who as they come out of the pits. However, was the right strategy as we have contact with the Haas car, I believe with his own teammate in Fate, who was fighting Mel Gibson for P8 here in lap 13 of this race.
Sorry about that, Mike. We got 50.07. 10 positions up in P2. I saw Cloud pit.
So I assume top 8 are all on those hard tires. Up 10 places, up 11 places, up 12, up 11. And couple individuals still in the medium tires at the front of this race.
We got Final
Maybe
Flame, Squatch, and Fief and Vivoda. With those mediums, 13 laps old, no stop. We have Goat, Lee, Cloud, and Seth all switching over to the hards. Dismal, Yuppie, Faint Fawn, Exo, Lucid, and Faint all switching over to hards. And as I say that, Squatch goes into the pits to change from those mediums to the hards. So it looks like it's going to be a one-stopper.
Most certainly will, unless we have a lap 26-ish around. If we have a safety car at that area, I will say everyone's going to go in for softs, as you'll have 2 laps really to get the pack close. You have 8 laps of racing, and those soft tires will certainly help out, unless someone has medium tires left to get an extra advantage. You don't really have to worry about the wear and tear of them. A lot of the people only use the softs in the qualifying, so they should have another medium set available if they choose to throw them on. However, I'm going to say that there will not be a safety car unless we have two eager people going too wide, causing damage, one going off, as we're going like 6 wide in this corner here right now for piece 5, which is absolutely insane how close they all are. And you have the gap to leader if you could switch it to the interval just so we see. There's just a bunch of contact flying around. It's what we love to see. Perfect.
I'm gonna hide.
10-second gap from 3 to 4.
Sorry, yeah, you're right. I should have kept that open. They're just
That's okay.
so close between each other. I just want to see what's going on. Yeah, everybody's training position. Cloud City trying to get in front of Goatly. Goatly keeping it tight, not letting anybody go. But Cloud City holds it and makes that inside line, that outside line, and keeps the position. Goatly right behind him. We got, who's this? Coach Fantasy holding up his P6. Mel Gibson right behind him with Voda. Really tight pack right now. Everybody's battling very nicely, and Voda goes into the pits.
A couple more individuals getting penalties here. Not what you want to do or see or have to deal with when it comes to the end of the race, because you don't want to have to fighting that 3-second or 10-second, depending on whatever amount of penalties you have. However, it happens here at the high-speed tracks. You want to be able to maximize the exit. That does mean getting a warning or penalty, as MK Hitch currently leading with a penalty here. Not ideal, but I do believe he still has to make one pit, which is correct. 15:07, 1 and 2 have to pit, 5 and 6 have to pit, and we will see who is able to play the team game, as it looks like 9 and 10, the kit cars, are in the best position to play the team game as Seth gets a penalty. I believe we have 7 individuals right now with penalties. The rest of the 12, I assume, have
right.
warnings. If they don't, it'll be for now.
Yeah, final
FYI on
flame
this.
with 16
FYI
seconds. Fee 3,
Yeah, oh
Lucid
gosh.
9 seconds, Fate with 3 seconds, Matman with 9 seconds, MK at the top with 3 seconds right now. If we're looking at these pit stops, yeah, MK and 50 still got to make a stop, and if we're looking at their tires, 17 lap old cards. I think they could keep it for a little longer. Probably like, I mean, they're holding a good gap. Oh, that's a safety car. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now this changes everything.
Lucid out of this race. Lucid out of this race. One of the Mercedes cars getting the safety car with 18 laps to go. Who
In the
goes
laps.
in new hard tires on?
Batman in the laps.
Hitch and 50 get a free pit here. They have to put on mediums. Cannot elect for hard tires. MK Hitch looking like he's throwing on.
It seems like he may have missed his stopping points, because that looked like a long... But I mean, with everybody getting the Delta, he keeps his P1, which is pretty intense. Cloud getting in front of 50. Cloud got those 5-lap old tires. I think that's the switchover, is that if you have 5-lap old mediums, 5-lap old hards, they should match the mediums. So the mediums will have more grip. You're gonna drop off faster. So bold move, holding on. But as we look at this, our drivers who were at the front at the start, now back in P10, P11, P12. Yuppie with 11-lap old mediums. Yuppie, change those.
You would think, right?
Wow, that changes everything up. And that's, 17, 18 laps to go. So you could definitely finish a race on new mediums. You could definitely finish a race on slightly used hards. This is gonna change everything. I mean, with let's say what, maybe as everybody bunches up, seems like maybe one more lap of safety car, maybe two more laps of safety car. We're gonna have an intense showdown to the end here, for sure, Mike.
I most certainly agree that the safety car does change up the grid. What's going to happen is those medium tires get at least 2 laps under the safety car to warm up, and they will match the temperatures of those 5 laps are those 5-lap old hard tires, as you have to stay under the delta, you have to stay within a certain limit, but as long as those medium tires that are just pit start to warm up, 18 laps by the end of it, they might be a little bit far stretched out, as obviously no one is looking for the soft tires, knowing that they will not last. But when we get to the last 2-3 laps of this race, I think those medium tires will start to wear out, and those hard tires will be able to be in the perfect windows, hopefully have some life left in them still, as they will certainly make it to the end. But it's about how the start goes and how much of those tires do you wear at the start in order to get ahead, and just hope that they last, because that's what you want to do for this race.
Right, so
especially with the
getting
mid-race, which is better for the medium tires as you're not cooking them just yet. But as we were waiting for Matt Man to join the grid, one more lap and we'll be back to racing. This is the time to get the battery to the max percentage, get the tires in the right window, and MK Hitch with a 3-second penalty has to blow away from the rest of the pack in order to finish first in this race.
What do you think? What do you think he's gonna do? You think he's gonna run into the line, or you think he's gonna blast off before T9? I think it is.
I think he backs him up coming into 8th corner, and then for the last corner, he'll probably punch it just to make sure that they're not on the back of him going into that first long straight. The hope get is the DRS will be open for that first long straight for T1 to T2. So as long as he's able to get a little bit ahead, just to not be fighting into corner 2, probably be better for him. But we'll see coming through sector 2 here. It's gonna be tricky. It's either you punch it and hope that he's not close enough. You want to back up the pack as much as you can now, just so that whenever you're ready, just let your teammate know that you're going, even though his teammate is not very close behind. But it does not matter, as he is getting those tires in the right window on the medium tires as you have 15 laps. Will he be able to stretch it out? Or is Cloud City able to get the early jump on him? Then they'll just play the DRS train.
Yeah, he's right there with his teeth. He's smiling. Here we go. There we go. Jump. And we got the reset going right now. He got a gap on Cloud City. Caught Cloud City sleeping. But he keeps it within a second. Cloud City P2 right now on 8-lap old hards. He definitely has some temp in those tires. He's fully committed going into T1, blasting through the straight to T2. Sorry, oh my god, I got it all wrong. T3 right now. Little lockup from MK Hitch. He's gotta disappear. If he does not, looks like he's gonna jump down all the way to P7, it looks like.
And that's the issue if you have penalties early on in this race, especially for a late safety car. You're playing Delta issue, trying to stay ahead of that 3-second gap. But Cloud City being hunted by 50 and 07 Heatley, as they are all fighting. Goatley with the penalty, currently running in P6. As I would assume every driver has at least 1 or 2 warnings. Trying to keep it clean. Flame with 19 seconds of penalty is it's gonna dramatically hurt him. Currently running P4, probably gonna drop him down to the back of this grid as long as everyone stays in the DRS zone of the car ahead.
I forgot to pick up that Final Flame has 19 seconds in penalties. That's gonna put him at the back. So Goatley currently at a net 5. Mel Gibson at a net 4. P4. And there's a little battle going on right there. Goatley trying to send it up on Final Flame. Final Flame's gonna hold his position. Even though he knows where he's gonna end, he's battling on track to get on track position, which is perfectly acceptable. He does not have to give way at all. So Goatley's gonna have to battle and battle cleanly, because last week he ended his race where he could have won with the DNF. As we see a little wheel banging with Final Flame. Goatley taking that P4.
Cloud City in the lead with 50 and 07 in the Red Bull in P2. MK Hitch getting knocked down. I believe he got gapped by the long DRS straight there. However, as long as he stays in P3 with 4 seconds ahead, he will finish P3 with the time penalties. Not hurting him, not helping him, as I should say. However, that is racing. You have to keep the car on track within the dotted lines. Keep him on the curbs. Finish out this race with no penalties. As long as there's caution sector 2, as it looks like Mattman is off track, able to get it running again, so no safety car, thankfully.
However, 50 gets 3-second penalty as he's 11 positions up with 6 lap-old mediums in P1. Gets a 3-second. Oh no, that's gutting. That puts Cloud in a net lead right now for the race. Cloud just needs to stay behind 50. MK, even if Cloud lets MK7 through, he's still gonna have P1. Essentially, even if Cloud City gets to P5 and sticks right behind Goatley, he could still have the win. So Cloud City right now, holding position with essentially a win right now. But wow, 50.07 with 11 position gain on 7 lap old hards as he comes over the start finish line. Sorry, 7 lap old mediums. This race is opened up. And Goatley taking the fastest lap with a 105.9. Holy moly, this race is very interesting. We've seen a lot of changes. Cloud City coming up into P1 now. This one with 3-second. You get a penalty. You get a penalty. You get a penalty.
Every single individual, like from 1-9, except 2 drivers, has penalties. Cloud City on 12 lap old hard tires. Will they be able to withstand the duration of the downforce being thrown in those left tires for the next 10 laps of this race? Mel Gibson also in a prime position, as long as they are able to stay behind Goatley, and as long as Goatley is able to get ahead, stay within the zone, keep pushing. Looks like a potential P2 finish, P3 finish for Mel Gibson, depending on the penalties ahead, which will be phenomenal for the Red Bull. However,
yeah, I feel
a bunch of individuals with penalties.
Yeah, I feel Mel Gibson is in contention for driver of the day right now. Even though 50 would be with the 10 position gain, I feel like and 50 takes that position back from Cloud City. So it's going to be about, and MK Hitch sneaking in for a little sniff of the P2 gives way to Cloud City.
Flame DNF.
Wow.
Flame DNF.
Flame DNF. What? Did he put it in the pits? Yeah, he retired in the pits. Good on
Pits,
him.
yep.
I assume the penalties and the time acquired. He figured finish it honorably, which commend him for that. Very, very nice.
Smart thing to do.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
don't want to throw off the rest of the race. You can't be the person just because you have all the penalties to cause another safety car for no reason. Unless
Yeah.
you let everyone pass clearly. Mattman currently the worst of the bunch with 12 seconds. But Keely,
But
who's running
nobody's been
P1,
lapped. Nobody's been lapped, which is incredible.
safety car helped it. The safety car truly helped it.
Oh, Cloud City trying to get a little sniff of that 50 gearbox. Little tailpipe never hurt anybody. Exhaust fumes just make you feel nice. Make you feel nice and warm. Soon enough, they're gonna be like biofuel or whatever that is.
2026, yep. Cloud City right now not electing to push as
Sorry
they
about that.
know as long as they're able to stay behind, no problem at all. As long as they're able to stay behind in P2, staying ahead of everyone, Cloud City has the win in the pocket as long as he keeps the car on track.
Yeah, he's
doesn't
holding
push.
that net P1 right now. Oh, he's gonna make 50. He's gonna make 50, shaking his boots a little bit. He's gonna send him the fake. But Cloud City wants it on track. MK though also battling. Oh my goodness, I'm getting visions of Schumacher and the McLaren
Hakkinen.
driver Hakkinen. Yeah, I'm getting visions. What incredible driving. I said this last race, I say this again, and I was excited for this one. I forgot that it was a sprint race, but sprint weekend, sorry. But these guys have non-stop just been just clip farming. We got clips all over the place here. These guys are battling out. It is beautiful.
It is what we love to see with 7 laps to go in this race. Fawn also trailing behind 3 cars with 3 seconds. Be able to throw him potentially into P6. MK Hitch another 3 seconds running P2 in this race.
So that's gonna put MK currently at a net P4, P5, I want to say. Oh, but Goat has 3 seconds. Yeah, P4. Yeah. Oh, MK puts it in. MK wants to disappear, but Cloud won't let him. As much as Cloud City's tires are wearing, MK's is wearing just as much, battling on with this. And 50's just along for the ride. So yeah, we're
knowing
looking
that they all have those penalties.
Yeah, with those penalties coming up, accrued, it is it's gonna be a little lottery for the end here, where everybody slots up. Cloud wants it. Cloud needs it. Cloud is looking for the win on track. He wants to take the checkered flag, dumps the battery with the DRS into T2, late on the brakes, beautiful apex, full track, a little bit of wheel spin sadly, keeps MK right on his tail. 50 is gonna just sail home. He wants P2. 50 wants P2, I know that. Goat
50
lead.
has P2.
Yeah. Currently he has that P2, yeah. 5 laps to go. Anything can happen. Goat Lee is trying to keep it under the 6 seconds, but if Goat Lee And see that? It's teeter-tottering. It's teeter-tottering right there. And he has a group behind him, Goatley. Goatley needs to catch up just a little bit to acquire that P3 podium. Yeah. Yep. Yep. It's exactly
It's hard to
that.
keep pushing.
Goatley.
It's hard to keep pushing.
Oh, it's slowly sliding down. So like MK currently is holding a net P3. Oh, it's sliding down more. Squatch right on Goatley's tail. And as I say that, Cloud right on MK Hitch's tail. I kind of understand now F1 directory. It's so hard to get everything.
Oh, without a doubt.
We're
Luckily,
getting
they don't have as many penalties.
Yeah.
They don't have as many penalties while they're watching, so at least they don't have to really talk about the gaps and for position changes for where drivers will finish after the race. Usually there are some, depending on the tracks here and there, mostly speeding to the pits or bad starts. However, phenomenal racing that we've seen. We have 6 individuals in a row, all with 3 seconds, who will all drop down in time. Ain't Fawn sitting in a prime spot to finish at least P6 and P7 as MK Hitch is sliding around Seth at 6 seconds, which is going to only help Faint Fawn as Cloud City is going to go for the lead of this race again, going into lap 33 of 36.
With 19 lap old hearts. That's with the amount of battling MK has been doing with Cloud City. I can understand how those 14 lap mediums, yeah, see 50 is getting through as well. Let's drop down to that view.
There's no way I get an ad right now. That is the worst time to get an ad, as
the
with
timing
3
is
laps
pretty
left.
bad. Yeah.
The timing is impeccable, one would say, and not in a good way.
50 is 50 wants P2. 50 wants P2. Cloud wants to win the race on merit. MK and Goatley, well, Goatley's trying to claw it back, but I don't think he has it. With that 3 second that Goatley has, that puts him at 9 seconds behind MK. So I feel like MK has. Let me just double check so I'm not talking fire here. No, Goalie has a 3 second and MK has a 6. Oh man. Yeah, but that still puts him at a 9 second gap behind MK. So it's gonna be a 3 second gap between each other. So MK seems to have a net P3 right now. So our podium sitters is definitely gonna be Cloud 50 and MK7 right now. Goalie with a hard battle for P4, but I think his tires have come to the end of their life cycle. And now he just needs to hold that P4 with a group behind him. Squatch Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson too. Let's look at this position change, Mike. 10
5 seconds left in this ad and I'm coming back.
Yeah, 10 position for 50, 10 position for Squatch, 11 position for Mel Gibson. Good on the boys. And girls, or them.
Another penalty running T10 right now, going to drop him out of the points. Faint losing a position. Not ideal, but they do have all the penalties ahead of them. 21 lap old tires for Cloud City. Losing the back end of those. However, keep it on track, as you do not want to be fighting for the true lead going into the last 2 laps here. Keeping it on track so far. We're going to be watching on board 1507 trailing behind Cloud City, as it looks like a bit of a gap that's starting to form with those medium tires starting to wear off. But those hard tires still intact for Cloud City, holding all the corners well, not really losing the back end so far. A little bit of a correction from 1507, trying to bake that DRS straight.
Yeah, we're on that white
80%
flag
battery
right now.
Right here.
Yeah.
This is the last lap. Last lap right now. Who will get past? Who will not? It is essential if you have a penalty to try and get ahead of the driver ahead of you. And he very closed that gap. Healy closed the gap to within 2 tenths. Slight corrections again in the Red Bull car
Oh,
as
everybody's just trying to keep it on track right now. Who is your
double
driver of
lockup
the day?
top two. I would elect and say
It's got to be 50, right?
gotta be 50. Even with the penalty, Madman another penalty, it's not gonna help anyone else. But I would say 50, and if it doesn't get it, then maybe Mel Gibson, just
Yeah, Mel
because it's one
Gibson's
more
definitely
position
number 2.
turning
Yeah,
all the
for
way
sure.
back.
Cloud.
Unless they give it to the individuals without penalties, it will have to be Faint Fawn getting up with no penalties, keeping clean. But Cloud City winning this race with Heatley right behind, but we have to wait for everyone else to finish the race just to see where all the time penalties will be allocated. We
Oh,
cannot see it if we
Mel.
want to throw it back on track.
This will Seth. Here comes Thief. Madman right at the end. Battling a Goya. Oh, I think Goya maybe disconnected. He's ghost. But that's it. That's your. That's your final. Cloud City got that P1. Good on him. I think it finished exactly how we were speaking about. With the pens.
Cloud City in the Ferrari, winning the Red Bull Ring. Driver of the day, Squatch, going up, I believe it was 10 places
10
in
or
the
11
race.
places, yeah. You got that P5, I believe. Cloud City with that Canadian flag. Hey! Ole, 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 ole. Ferrari on top at the Red Bull Ring. Incredible battling between everybody. With that safety car through the whole strategy for everybody. So we're gonna count it down. Cloud City P1, P2, MK, P3, Goat Lee, P4, Faint Fawn with P5, Squash, Driver of the Day, P6 with the 10 positions. Seth P7, Mel Gibson P8, Dismal P9, Lucid P10, Exo Dave P11, the P12, Goya Ninja P13, Coach Fantasy P15, Fate P16, Voda P17. I missed the rest. I think it was like the last DNFs. Oh yeah,
I would say so.
Mattman and I forget the last one, but that was a great race. How'd you feel there? How'd you feel there, Mike, for the end of the race? Closing thoughts? Yeah. For everything I've seen, that was an incredible race. A lot of changes, a lot of strategy. Making sure that you get on top of your opportunities, and yeah, just I feel like there was so many penalties that everything changed everything, and the cleanest driver won. So good to Cloud City. Uh, Great tier 1 race. Um, there was a lot of action, a lot of back and forth, and Clip Central definitely. I feel like so. Very excited for the next race. It looks like it. Yeah, definitely. A lot of drivers picking up penalties. So we will see. I mean, all these tracks have been ones where it's hard to keep it in between lines. So I'm excited. Um, so with that, round four, Austria comes to a close. Thank you everybody for tuning in to the Can-Am Tier 1 race. Mike, thank you. I'm excited for you to get back in the production seat. uh, Alrighty. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Mike. We're out of here.